Last week, more than 1,200 delegates from communities across Alberta gathered in Calgary for what Alberta Municipality called the province's largest municipal gathering ever. For 3 days, municipal leaders, administrators, and local government partners met face-to-face, sharing ideas and charting a path forward for their communities. Now, Alberta's two largest communities, Calgary and Edmonton, were well represented, with both mayors spending time on the floor, speaking with delegates, and engaging in conversations about the challenges and opportunities facing municipalities across the province. Calgary's host city mayor, Jeromy Farkas, addressed the delegates on the very first day of the convention.
Largest, youngest, and fastest growing city. We are so proud to be able to host you at this year's convention, and even prouder to welcome the people who make our province work. When a street line turns on, when a tap delivers clean drinking water, when a park opens, when a business grows, that's local government at work. That's all of you, all of us at work. From Calmar to Lethbridge, from Grand Prairie to Dutchess, and yes, your worship, even our friends from Edmonton, we are the ones who keep Alberta moving. We are the order of government closest to the people. And when things go wrong, we are the first to get the call. Because that's what local leadership looks like. And that's what Alberta needs right now at every single level. We are the builders, the fixers, the doers, and together, all of us, we make Alberta work. Our cities and towns are where people build lives, raise families, and chase dreams. And my friends, in the city and across the province, in rooms like this, momentum is building. Because right now, we lead the nation in growth, in people, in jobs, in opportunity. And nowhere is that growth and its challenge more evident than right here in Calgary. You see, in the city, we are on the cusp of welcoming the 2 millionth Calgarian. From agri-food to AI, from the arts to aerospace, oil and gas to clean tech, Calgary and Alberta, all of us together, we aren't waiting for the future. Right here in this room, we are building it. But this isn't just about numbers, it's about people. The young family moving here for opportunity, the newcomer coming here to start a business, the student who decides to stay. That's the Alberta story, written every day in your communities and mine. Together, all of us, the people in this room, steward over $100 billion in public infrastructure. The roads, the bridges, the rinks, and so much more that make daily life possible all across the province of Alberta. But right now, we are in a crunch. Our communities rely on funding models and infrastructure built for yesterday, even as our populations grow faster than ever. We need to build, and we need to build smartly. Modern, efficient, and resilient facilities that can serve the next generation and the next century. And getting it right will take generational investment. We go into this as local leaders closest to the ground, with our eyes open. As Alberta faces economic headwinds, low oil prices, global uncertainty, labor shortages, the provincial government is wisely focused on expanding training and education in the skilled trades. As Bill Black and others from the Calgary Construction Association will tell you, building the workforce for the infrastructure build of the century is essential. At the same time, opportunity is knocking. Ottawa is talking about historic infrastructure investment all across Canada. And it's our job in this room, it's our job to make sure that Alberta municipalities are ready to lead that conversation. To show that our cities and towns are where those dollars will make the biggest difference. Because this is where Canada's growth is happening. The towns and the cities where you come from is where that growth is happening. Whether it's young families, newcomers, or people coming from across the country or the world, they're choosing our communities here in Alberta. And we need to be ready to welcome them with strong, safe, thriving communities built to last. And right now, we have another opportunity. My friend, my mentor, my colleague, Councillor Chabot, who serves on Calgary City Council with me, has impressed me the need to renew and strengthen the partnership between Alberta municipalities and our largest urban centres. Because it's together we can build an advocacy voice that no government in Canada can afford to ignore. When Calgary, yes. We are the leaders. They cannot afford to ignore us, whether it's the provincial government or the federal government. Because together we can build an advocacy voice. When Calgary, Edmonton, every community in between stand united, we speak with the clarity and the strength that Alberta deserves. Whether we're talking about hospitals or highways, schools or subdivisions, transit or trades, the answer is the same. We build it together. Yes, we're going to continue to call on our partners in Edmonton and Ottawa, but we're also, the leaders in this room, going to show that we're ready to do our part, to innovate, to be more efficient, and to deliver value for every taxpayer dollar. Because at the end of the day, there may be many tax collectors, but there's only one taxpayer. And here in Calgary, we know what resilience looks like. We've lived through booms and busts, flood and fires. We've been told it can't be done. We've been written off before, and every time we've come back stronger. So as we gather this week, let's find common ground, let's listen deeply, and let's dream big. Because what we do here in this room matters, not just for budgets and bylaws, but for people's lives, for every single Albertan who relies on us and who calls our communities home. The needs are real. Roads and bridges that need renewal, communities that need to be safer, water systems that need to be upgrading. We know a thing or two about that here in Calgary. Rec centers that need their roofs fixed, and homes that every single Albertan can afford, homes that need to be built. Meeting these needs will take courage, creativity, and partnership. It will take every order of government, every one of us in this room pulling in the same direction. But if any province can do it, it's Alberta, and if any people can lead the way, it's us in this room. So thank you for the hours that you give, the criticism that you take, and the heart that you pour into your communities. On behalf of our City Manager, David Duckworth, our executive leadership team, and the 16,000 city employees that I'm proud to serve alongside, and on behalf of myself, Councillor Chabot, and Calgary's brand new City Council, welcome. Welcome, Alberta, to Calgary. The future is ours to build together. Thank you.
We caught up with Mayor Farkas on day 3 of the convention to talk about welcoming representatives from every corner of Alberta to Calgary and to reflect on the early days of his term. Mayor, thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to get you to step in for just Tuesday. There we go. Perfect. Mayor Farkas, thank you so much for doing this. 1,200 delegates from across Alberta have descended upon your city.
Yes.
You gave the opening speech. How does it feel to have municipal leaders from across Alberta here?
Well, I was going to say welcome, Chris, to Calgary, but you are Calgarian, so you've been in this place
This
before.
is my hometown. You're my hometown mayor, man.
Well, there's two things. You know, this is the biggest Alberta Munis convention in history. We got, I think it's upwards of 50% of the delegates are brand new to their roles. So there's a lot of things playing out. You know, it's education for the elected officials. It's networking, it's mentorship, learning from each other. For many of especially the small town folks that are here, it might be one of the first chances or even the only chances each year to be able to get FaceTime with their big city colleagues or ministers at the provincial level. So, you know, it's really exciting. And then the other dimension is just being the host city, right? Like I was so stoked last night to do tours of the mayor's office. We had our host city reception, a lot of great conversation in the hallways here. So it's really great to have this as one of the very first things that I've been doing on behalf of the city of Calgary and my new council colleague team is just welcoming the entire province, welcoming Alberta here to Calgary.
You've hit the ground running in this term of office and you're doing a lot of things. How is that teamwork coming together in the first early days? Because a great team is a great council, is a great community, is a great city. For yourself as mayor leading this council, how's that first early days been?
Well, a couple things there. Like having had the opportunity to serve on Calgary City Council before, it's been great walking back into the building after 4 years, being given a second opportunity by Calgarians to serve, but also just the practicality of the council colleagues I work with, the vast majority of whom, like me, ran as independents, leaving even those who did run as party members. My interactions with them have been so pragmatic, really practical. They've left the party stuff at the last election, working together as one city council, one team, to be able to address the challenges that Calgarians sent us here to deal with: public safety, affordability, transit, housing. All of these are such big issues, and solving them is going to require us to work from ideas from a broad cross-section of Calgarians, but also the broad cross-section of political spectrum to be able to get it done.
So I asked you this during the campaign, but I'm going to ask you now as mayor. What in 4 years' time, what does Calgary look like under a Farkas mayoral?
Well, under this brand new city council team, we're going to deliver the safest, most affordable city in the country. We're going to support needed investments around public safety. We're going to make sure that Calgarians have access to housing that's safe and affordable. And we're really going to lean in at the center of a strong and united Team Canada to work across party lines with the provincial government, with the federal government to get things done here locally.
Perfect. Mayor Farkas,
Yeah,
always a pleasure.
Yeah, well,
Let's chat over the next 4 years, man.
sounds good. I'm really looking forward to it, Chris. And
you.
thanks for the great features that you guys do.
From the smallest village to the largest city, across every region of the province, Alberta Municipalities represents the communities where over 85% of Albertans live. AB Munis provides a united voice for 265 of Alberta's 330 municipalities, including summer villages, towns, cities, and specialized municipalities. As Alberta's largest municipal group, AB Munis listens to municipal leaders and advocates for solutions to their common issues. Additionally, AB Munis supports local governments by providing services specially designed to meet their operational needs. And they bring their members together regularly so they can share ideas and information so that their communities can thrive. Check out Alberta Municipalities at abmunis.ca and follow them on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, now called X. We also spoke with Edmonton Mayor Andrew Knack about the path forward for his city and how he and his council are working together to serve all Edmontonians in the years ahead. Mayor Knack, thank you so much for chatting with me today on day 2 of the Alberta Municipalities Convention in beautiful downtown Calgary. First off, congratulations. I think this is the first time you and I have chatted in person since your election.
Correct. Thank you very much.
How's it feel to be mayor of the greatest city in Alberta? Now I'm going to say that to Mayor Farkas as well.
That's right. You have to. You have to say it to everyone now. It feels incredible. It still feels a little surreal. It's every day it sinks in a little bit more, but there's still a little bit of surrealness to it. It's like, wow, oh, I get to be in this office in City Hall and sit in that chair, and it's an incredible honor.
So we are about 3.5 weeks in since you were sworn into the office. What's priority number 1, and have you done it?
Yeah, priority number 1 was increasing the number of day spaces in the city of Edmonton. I made a motion at a meeting on November 3rd. Time is a blur. Made that motion. Council supported it unanimously, and city staff are underway implementing it. So really excited to see that we've been able to get that and get unanimous support from council on an issue that I was hearing about from Edmontonians in every part of the city. And so a lot more work to do, but nice to have this quick win, which was on a major issue for Edmontonians.
One of the things that I found interesting with yourself after you were elected, you made an effort to go speak one-on-one with every single newly elected municipal councillor in the city of Edmonton. Why was that important for you?
You know, for me, it's about building those relationships. I've talked about this over and over again over the years, which is that, yes, I'm not always going to agree with everyone on council, but I want to make sure I remind myself that we're all good people, that we're all there with good hearts, with the right idea of wanting to help serve. And even though we might disagree on some of the specific ways to do that, we're not disagreeing on the overall goals, and it's reminding ourselves of that humanity. It's also actually getting out into the wards, letting the councillor take me to a place that means something to them, and just having that opportunity to connect. And so it's something I've worked on even as a councillor, but is incredibly important to me now serving as mayor.
Still early days. Do you get a sense that this team is molding very quickly, because the issues that Edmonton is facing is not going to be dealt with 4 years from now? It's going to be dealt with tomorrow.
Yeah, we find that connectivity is quite strong already. Very, very encouraged by that. I campaigned on the idea of having a public-facing strategic document for council, strategic plan for council, and the idea is so that we can all use that as our guiding North Star. I recognize that, again, we won't always agree on the specifics of those, but I think there's going to be general agreement on what goes in that vision, dealing with things like affordability, safety, keeping up with our rapid population growth. Those are going to be really important, and I heard that from every member of council, and now it's just working on the specifics.
One of the big meetings that you did have in the first, I think, week, if I'm not mistaken, if not even the first day, was you had the chance to sit down and chat with Prime Minister Carney, one-on-one for I'm not sure how long. What was that meeting like?
It was quite short. It was probably about a 7 or 8 minute call.
More time than most media get, so good for you.
Yeah, it's funny. That was actually one of the few moments where, again, I almost got a little bit nervous, even though I've been doing this job for 12 years, and yet, that call was an important one where I got to share what was important to the city of Edmonton, the things that I campaigned on, and the issues that we need help addressing with the federal government. And Prime Minister Carney was great to chat with. Again, it was a short chat, but really encouraged by his responsiveness to that, his willingness to work together. Obviously, he's got a strong connection to Edmonton, so I think that will always hold a special place in his heart, and really excited on the opportunity to work together.
Was there any concrete action that you were hoping that the Prime Minister would tell you, or you gave to the Prime Minister, say, if you want to help the city, this is where you need to start?
Yeah, this one was more of the get to have a quick chat, say hello to each other, learn a little bit. But again, I did share the issues that I think we need some of the greatest help on. And obviously, the federal government just made an announcement on housing funding a couple of months ago. Edmonton was one of the first 6 municipalities selected for that. So they're already starting to take some of the action we need to see work on. But there were some other areas that I briefly flagged for him. But I really, the intent of this meeting was just to have that first introductory conversation and then set up that relationship for conversations to come.
So let's talk about the future. And the one thing that you mentioned already, but I'm going to quickly jump into it again, is the warming beds.
Yes.
Now we are about to head into the winter months, and that means cold.
Yeah.
This was a priority for you prior to the election. I know you and I chatted about it. Is this enough?
No, it's not enough, but I know it's going to move us in the right direction, because at the end of the day, what I've been hearing from Edmontonians is that they want to see more action, and the amount of money we're putting into it is a start. But I was clear with people when I made that motion. This won't solve everything, but it's certainly going to help. It will make a tangible difference for our individuals who are experiencing homelessness. It's going to make a tangible difference for communities, and it can serve as a way forward for us to hopefully model that and increase it going into the next 4-year budget cycle.
So I'm assuming this is not going to be the last time you and I chat over the next 4 years,
Correct,
but I'm
yes.
going to ask you one question. I'm going to follow up with it in 4 years.
Okay.
What does the city of Edmonton look like in 4 years under a NAC mayoral?
I've been asked variations of that question a little bit over the last little bit, and actually the question, or the way I answered is I want it to be less about the tangible pieces. Yes, does it matter that we have more support for those experiencing homelessness and mental health and addictions challenges? Yes, we want to make sure we're a more affordable city. We want to make sure we're a safer city. I've talked about building a stronger Edmonton together. But at the end of the day, I think one of the ways to know that we've been making good progress is, are Edmontonians more willing to talk positively about their own city? Right? I mean, and we see this everywhere, how many people are willing to talk about the challenges. And we should talk about challenges. We shouldn't ignore challenges, but we shouldn't let that dominate our thinking. And
Agreed wholeheartedly.
Right? And every municipality does this to themselves. We're all so quick to say, our hometown isn't doing enough. But I remind people every day, 200,000 people moved into Edmonton in the last 4 years. And people do not move to a city that they think is in the decline. People are choosing this place because they know it's a city of opportunity. Let's celebrate that. Let's work on challenges together, but let's celebrate the good.
Okay, so I'm going to follow up on that with my last question. What's good about Edmonton?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things, right?
You're the mayor. You should be able to answer this in 2 seconds now.
I mean, the easy answer is the people, but I'm going to go beyond that.
Yep.
I mean, the people is the easy answer. It's the safe political answer. But let's go and talk about a few specific things. Things like our public library system. Nope. I mean, sorry to every other municipality in the country, but Edmonton's public library system is the best in the country, hands down. And we've won an international award on that, right? A decade ago, we were recognized as the best library in the world. We do things like that right. What I love about the people, and I'll expand on that, is that the willingness for all of us to come together and support one another. You can go reach out to a CEO in Edmonton, ask them for a coffee, and they're almost always going to say yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if Andrew Knack in 2007, who was 23 years old, who didn't know anything about municipal politics, reached out to city councilors and said, will you meet with me? I'm thinking of running for council. Everyone said yes. They didn't know me. I didn't know anything. And they were willing to sit down with me. That's the type of city we still have today. I love that about Edmonton, and I think we need more of that across this country.
Okay, I know I said that was my last question.
Okay, let's do one more.
One more, and it's I promised this question during our last interview, and I never got around to it. So I saw that you just recently were playing Mario World with a group of Edmontonians in West Edmonton Mall.
Yeah.
This is the most political question I think I can ever ask you. Who's your character? Who's the go-to character for Mario Kart?
So I usually play with Wario.
Whoa.
I know, which is wild, right? Like I feel like I need the complete alter ego of myself. I'm like the happy guy who's like really positive. So I choose Wario because he's just the complete opposite. And I've always had a special place in my heart.
Well, Mayor Knack, thank you so much.
Thank
Greatly
you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Municipal Affairs. Now, we hope you've enjoyed today's conversation and gained some valuable insights. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast platforms, or if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button now. Your support means the world to us. So share this episode with your friends, your family, and yes, even your community, and help keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and we will be back with another edition of Municipal Affairs shortly. Till then, everyone.